going on. I'm gonna go over an Amazon recap, which today was one of the trades that I took. I only took one because that's the best setup that I found. Besides that, SPY was moving up, but it wasn't as how I wanted it to go. The price action was a little off, and then tomorrow we got Powell talking, which is today is February 13th, tomorrow the 14th. And yeah, I'm gonna just go over it really quick how I took an Amazon trade and why I took it. So first off, just by going on the weekly, I saw this level, right? This level right here is exactly where you see that it's holding all the time, correct? This is where the price pushed up. It pushed up, okay? So because it pushed up, that's a level that I'm gonna add. It's a horizontal line on the weekly, right around there, to hold. If it doesn't hold, we could flush back down straight to the price where it's pumping up also, right? This area also where it pumped up for the week, right? Because we're at the weekly. You can see that ever since it broke out this level, the price just kept going up. All right, and you can see that also on the price, on the past price action, how it held this level, 87, broke out of this level, and then you start seeing that it stopped by at 109, 108, and you can see the little movements also that are happening here. So we can also put another level there at 101.63. Okay, so I have bought in the 100 calls, and I'm gonna show you exactly why. So once I saw this, I checked the weekly, which is nice. We go to the daily. On the daily, you can also see that it's holding, right? There's a doji here, meaning it's a reversal trend, a change of reversal on the trend. So since this was going down, this could switch it to go back up, right? My target was 101.63, and just by looking at the daily itself, it was a good setup, right? It was still looking good. The daily does look a little choppy, a little off, but so far this weekly does match, right? Everything's matching. You can see how if it breaks above this level, it tends to go to the next one, right? It goes up, breaks out, and it goes to the next. Super simple, easy price targets. So I go to the 4 hour, which is my main area where I want to start putting my levels. I go to the 4 hour, and you can see the 4 hour how smooth it starts looking, right? Smooth plays. Look at that. 101.06, and you can see how this worked out. It does the same thing, the same process that I was showing you. It moves around, right? Breaks, stays around this range. Now you need to break that area to either go up or flush down. In this case, it came back down, started moving again. Obviously not super correct, and that's it. So I like using a lot of the 4 hours to see my big levels. I call these my big levels, so that's what I found, right? So it held that 97.61, and we have another level at 101.63, right? So from here on out, just looking at the 4 hour, you could tell that this price obviously held, right? At pre-market, this yellow area is pre-market, and this is after hours. So on the yellow area, pre-market was holding. So what I wanted to do is where I get my levels, how to get my entries. The same thing we see here, how it's holding price and pushing up. How you could tell here that it also held some kind of support. You could tell also in this area that it broke out, right? Came back down, touched right at the wick, and it just started pricing around there, right? So that was one of my targets to take profit. 99.41 right there. So what I do here is that I just change my target. That's about it. Super simple. Key levels, you see that? Then I have another key level right around here. Right above there. Another key level. Right? So now we go to the 15 minute. And when I was noticing, right, when the market opened, I was like, you know what, let's wait. Because just in case this could actually break down. And it was bearish, right? We were coming down. It held that position. But then again, it could also break this trend. Right? You can see a little bear flag forming in. Rising wedge. And could potentially just do this, right? And then break down. So what I need to do is hold it. And I did like that 97.61. And SPY and the market was holding to the upside. So then again, I was like, you know what, let's see what happens. So what happened was that I saw this hammer candle. Sorry about that. Hammer candle right here on the 15 minute. So this is good, right? The thing is that this is a closure, so it does not close on top. It closed below that level of 97.61. You could also see that on the 5 minute, right? Look at this. This is 3 5-minute candles. So you can also see on the 5-minute that it closed below it, right? 1 2 3 4. I mean 1 2 3, 3 candles, and it closed below. So I was using multi time frames, right? So I had the 5-minute and the 15. So the first thing I saw was like, okay, you know what? I saw the 15-minute candle holding, right? It was holding. It went back up. But the thing was that this price, when it came back up to reject, then it fell. We had news coming out today, so I really wanted to wait a little bit longer. So what I did do was here is going really light with one contract, right? And then we waited, right? We waited. The next candle, 15-minute close, and then this one looked way better because now this time, this little drop here didn't go below my stop loss. My stop loss is usually below the candle, so it would be here. This would be my stop at 96.89. My entry was there, 97.48. It's a good, nice little percentage. My long position was to go back and hit my target. Stop loss this much. So what I did was that I ended up calling it again. We say, you know what, we're gonna average in, we're gonna call in, and get into more. Right, get in more into these calls that I had for the 100 calls. And the reason why I chose the 100 was because this is my next level, 99.23, right? 100 is the next one, 100.80 and 101.63. So what happened was that we got in here at this nice little hammer. While using multi-time frame analysis, you could also see that on the 5-minute, it was buyers were stepping up. Buyers stepping up hammer came in here. You add average in or even get in here also. There was a nice setup right at that 97.61. And I was like, you know what, we're going to send it. We're going to go. We're going to hit that target. That's a high probability setup. And you could also sell this rounding up. And this was the high of the day because of the morning start. This was it, 98.28. If it breaks, it's just going to keep continuing higher. Usually you could get the same value of what's going on here and spread it out to the upside, right? You see that? That's the hammer entry to where it goes. That's the move, expected move that was going to happen. And so that move happened there. My bad, sorry about that. So that move happened, and yeah, we just started holding, going over our candles. Just try to hold. I was changing my stop loss and just keep going up. I trimmed right around this area because it's doji, just in case I wanted to come back down. So I trimmed some here, right there. Trimmed some. I only had 3 contracts on small account, and then I had 100 on the bigger account. Right. So then after that, I started trimming more here, one more on the smaller account. I only trade with 3 contracts. It's a 3K account, 3 contracts per trade. So I hit over 30% here on those moves, close to the money, right? I had the 100 calls. I got out there and my stop loss, I left it right here. I've entered there, so imagine I'm still green no matter what. So what I wanted to do was like, you know what? If this, since I have the 100 calls and it's barely Monday, might as well let the runners run. The runner never stopped me out, and I still have it as a swing trade. This held that key level finally, right? Held above it, so I'm still expecting another move to the upside. So tomorrow you guys need to watch Amazon just to pull back and hit back in there to hold this level on pre-market. The same thing that I did here, that's what you wanted to happen at this area at that 99.35. And that's about it. Those are really big levels. Just know that if it does break 97.62 below this area where we had that low, we could drop back down all the way to 87.93, and you can see what happens here. Obviously we put more levels after, but I'm just trying to show you guys what I use and what did I use for today, and that's about it. All right, you guys, thanks. Have a nice one. Enjoy your day off. Well, obviously I'm gonna have my day off tomorrow, most of the day, honestly, because Powell talks and everything just goes crazy. Contracts are expensive, but yeah, take care. Be safe tomorrow. Safe trading.